This mismanagement of the economy is primarily the fault of the Dominica Labour Party administration and its leader. Mate went on to list some of the issues which will begin to engulf Dominican society if the current government does not immediately address its errors and commence the practice of democratic principles within the various departments of its body. In more news in the region, the Inter-American Press Association on Thursday expressed its rejection of a legislative draft bill that seeks to oblige privately owned news media to circulate educational and cultural messages, saying this is an interference in content and a violation of news companies' properties rights. Draft Bill number 465, submitted to the National Assembly by Congressman Noriel Sarleno, would establish that radio and television media would be required to broadcast at least one educational or cultural message or one on electoral teaching for each 5 advertisements in the ad sections of the regular programming. The U.S. Department of Justice is deploying 50 judges to immigration detention centers to clear a backlog of more than 500,000 cases. The judges will boost President Trump's push to toughen enforcement of the law on illegal immigration. In January, he issued an executive order aiming to speed up deportations and hold migrants in detention centers until their cases can be heard. But the court system is clogged up and the centers short of space. That concludes your lunchtime news update, brought to you compliments Fresh Vitamins. I am Richie Farrell with the Q95 News team. Would like to thank Dr. Thompson Fontaine for linking. Join us again at 4 p.m. for the Prime Evening News Update. Good afternoon.
At Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Designer Way. Fresh Vitamins has 2 convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face. At least when it comes to your waning finances, you've got the edge. Help is coming your way. You've got a big edge for those days when you're running low. Big edge is the place to go. Big edge, the cash can be in your hand. Big edge, with the easiest payment plan. Big edge, cash in a flash.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Yes, it's 5 past the hour of 1 o'clock, and welcome to Tuck on the Block for today, Friday. It's the last day of the week, so yeah, going to open things up a bit. But before I do, let me just give you a little bit of some news that we're just learning of now from the courts. We have been told that a man who was previously charged with murder and who was facing prison time has been freed by the High Court. This morning, Vivian Charles, who was charged with the murder of Richard Roy Lazarus of Trafalgar, and that took place on February 18, 2014. He was freed, we are told, since the matter was done via paper committal, and his attorney did not get an opportunity to cross-examine the pathologist who is out of state and is terminally ill. Charles has been in custody for the last 4 years and was represented by Wayne Nord. Lazarus' body was discovered about 30 feet in the bushes from the main road at Providence in the vicinity of Loda at about 3 p.m. on February 13, 2014. There were multiple injuries on the body when it was found. Charles was arrested and charged soon after. More info is coming up. So Charles has walked a free man, obviously there on a technicality. The technicality, I'm not sure all of these terms, probably a lawyer will call it and explain to us what this means, a paper committal, but basically he got away because on appeal it was determined that his attorney did not get a chance to question him. We have a guest with us in studio, but I'm going to go to your telephone calls, and it might be a lawyer trying to clarify this for us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Mr. McGlaw.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, Mr. McGlaw. I guess you remember this case, right?
Yes. Well, the news met me just as you pass it on the studio.
Okay.
Anyway, I appreciate, and I always was maintaining, I say, well, even you in prison, at the same time you can confess to the Almighty God and accept him as your Lord and Savior, and he will do what that is necessary. So I'm quite happy to hear he's a free man. So right now he have a choice to go back and pray to God, pray to his Creator, and make sure he accepts him as his Lord and Savior. And the second one, I would like to wish my friend a happy birthday. That's Mr. Ashley Roll. He's 83 years today. So I wish him God guidance and protection and long life as long God sees necessary. And always remember, you need God. God don't need us, but it's we that have to accept him as our Lord and Savior, and everything will add to it. Mr. Thompson, have a wonderful day, and I wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. McGlaw. Appreciate it. 8 past 0 of 1 o'clock. And again, in case you missed it, gentleman Vivian Charles, who was serving time, who was basically serving time for murder, has been freed, basically on a technicality, and compliments there to DNO for this bit of information. Yes, we're joined in studio this afternoon. Keeping me company here in studio is the man that is no stranger to the radio waves. And let me just say a very good afternoon to you. I will not even say who you are. From the time you start talking about it, you will know who you are. But it's good to have you, blessed.
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those with humanity. Doc, thanks for accommodating me, and I appreciate that very much.
Yes, indeed. And you're just going to spend the afternoon with me. So let's take some more of your telephone calls. Good afternoon.
Mr. Honorable, and the two blessings and to the listening public. Have a blessed afternoon to one and to all.
Blessings to you.
Thank you.
It is a bit frightening and a bit scary and a bit to get this man there free because of technicality. Was he a madman? What signal are you all sending to the rest of the population? I'm not getting it. Trust me, I'm not getting it. So what about, okay, this man that was there, he killed, is not a pig, this is not a goat, this is not a dog, this is not a fowl. So what about the relatives of the dead man? What is going on in this Dominica? People, come on. That cannot be right. And on another note, I heard Val Coffey. I hope it's me that didn't overstand what the expressions he was giving about the carnival in the countryside is not competing against the carnival in Roseau and thereabout. I hope it's me that didn't understand.
No, I think you heard him correctly. I think what he was saying is that there are too many carnivals, too many individual carnivals that you really need. You really need just one. Basically, that's what he was saying. You just need a carnival in town.
Yes. Listen to me a while. Banana has been there in the country, so it doesn't go anywhere far. It's on a drag. The rural areas, the countryside, they have to eat, they have to drink. When everything will be stationed into town, what is going to happen? What I figure out they should do, every village that having the opening of the carnival, everywhere should be in it. And when it's Roseau, everybody will be in it. Because one set of people cannot eat. When you're a baby, you suck your mother's breast, but when you're an adult, you cannot suck your mother's breast anymore. I mean, I'm not getting it. Everywhere supposed to have their little thing so that the people who have their different businesses can make an income for themselves too. What are they going to do? Is more poverty that's going to drag down in the country if everything has to be centralized into Roseau? Have a good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And it's a very interesting topic of discussion. And I would like to get Blessing's take on this in a little bit, but let's take this other call before we do so. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk on the Block. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Go ahead, please. All right, let's do this. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk on the Block.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
But somebody gives the different villages sponsors. Who gives it to them?
Oh, so you're saying that you need the sponsorship it's too divided.
Exactly. If they don't give us, then how? We would not celebrate Carnival.
Yeah, but why do you need the sponsorship though? Because if it's just a question of having the bands, couldn't the communities themselves organize and organize their own carnival? I mean, that was done. As a kid growing up, we used to have carnival in my village. It's no more, but we used to have carnival. And it used to be good. I mean, I can remember seeing big crowds and everything else. It used to be done.
Let us roll for carnival in our village.
So you are proposing that it remains as is in the village.
But I want to know who sponsored all those carnivals in the different areas.
Well, I know in some instances the government does give some subvention. I know certain villages the government gives subventions to the different organizing committees.
Let us rule in our village.
Well, all right. Okay. Thank you very much for this. 13 past the hour of 1. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon.
I just want to tweak the subject a little bit. I'm talking about the international airport. As you spoke about DNO, I read the article on DNO, but I don't know if you know Dr. Thompson Fontaine, or probably Blessings might know. When was that survey conducted? The survey that the Prime Minister said that they're coming to give a presentation to Cabinet on the 21st of April this year. Do you have any idea? Because DNO went and gave all dates for every other thing, but they did not give the date when that survey which you was talking about was conducted. Do you have any idea?
Well, we don't. In fact, I found it kind of curious because it was announced in a very strange place, I believe, to begin something of such national importance. And so we really don't know only thing we know is what DNO basically reported.
Oh, okay. No, I thought maybe I had missed something.
No. They did not say when. They gave the impression that it is ongoing, and then they're going to give the report in April 21st.
Oh, okay. So probably somebody from Westview also could call because I'm sure they
would have seen the guys, running around and so, right? Yeah, interesting. Well, but the Prime Minister did not say where, right, Blessings?
Not at all.
I'm listening.
Okay,
thank you.
Just the state of murders and people walking is frightening in Dominica Dock. I mean, you may have heard about siblings who end up, killing the brother, and then, after a couple of times the matter was retried and on a technicality or on appeal or something like that. No one hearing about that matter there. It's a bit frightening. You cannot, if there is no evidence or there is insufficient evidence I don't mind, but if there is sufficient evidence for you to work on a technicality rather than a retrial, it's frightening because it's sending a very poor signal out there. Somebody could just kill you and then they work on a technicality. Having to do with the carnival, Doc, I think there are too many square pegs in round holes. Even Young Bull find he was a bit frustrated on another committee and he walked away because he maybe see the level of mediocrity settling for less than the best, and he walked away. I heard it's about interference based on his professional capacity, so to speak, or capability, and then people want to come and maybe have him pushing him around like a cube on a bud. He walked away. So it's very interesting where you could have that structured in such a way during the carnival season, rather than just Monday and Tuesday carnival and it done. Having to do with all these rural areas organizing the carnival. What about it is structured in a way during the season, before the Monday and Tuesday, we have some major activities in Portsmouth and St. Joseph in the run-up. It is on weekends, in the run-up to carnival. On weekends, we have big carnival in these communities based on the way things are fragmented in different rural areas. Then they would have the carnival. Then that one would have the carnival boys on weekends, like Saturday, well, Sunday, Sunday, the Catholic domination, so that might be another. But Friday to Saturday, some major activities in Granby, in the run-up to carnival. So maybe you have almost like a whole month of celebration, carnival celebration. So when everything is going to happen in town, then all these little organizations in the rural areas would be joined in and be downtown and have something grand. But to deprive them, it would not be too healthy.
Interesting point. Very good point indeed. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Go ahead, please, on the overseas line. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Blessing and Dr. Fountain.
Yes, good afternoon.
Dr. Fountain, in Maho, they have too much politics. We didn't have no politics and we just had barbecue and we had to have a hi-fi come in and Sunday night they get their money, they go. But now Senton is politics. And when you go there embarrassing if swinging starts playing and you go down there, what they come and do in our thing? Is their thing. Carnival is their thing. But they organize it, and when they organize it, they're not staying in Maho, they go in, they go in and jump up Rosso. Rosso, Carnival don't have nothing to do with that, because Rosso used to remain the same way and have all their people. But Maho, they just divide the place with politics. Senton is politics.
My God.
Every little thing they have is, even in church, if you go in the Catholic church in Maho, they have to cut you out. So you cannot go, even in a funeral, you have to choose funeral to go now, If you go in a funeral and they say the funeral is theirs. If the person is a labor right, you cannot go, because it's theirs. They have to cut you out, they have to get you noise. By the funeral, by the cemetery. So we just finish. Prevo never put himself in it. No other party never put himself. It's we that was doing our business, and Maho used to have, we not to have price, giving everybody at win price. Miss Charles was there, never had politics. The Labour Party and he come, they divide everything in Maho. And thank you for bringing up that topic. It don't have nothing to do. All village can have their thing. But if they divide the place, these people come, these politicians, they come, they push, they put in the money, and they still doesn't get anything for the money. Don't worry with them now. It's nothing to do with that. Too much politics. In Maho, too much politics. Even if you want to buy fish, they have to cut you out because you're not supposed to buy the fish. See you. Thank you.
Wow. I'm speechless. We're gonna come to this, but let's go back, because the overseas line have been giving some issues. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Thompson.
Yes. Okay. Great to hear you. Good afternoon.
All right. It's a while I haven't called in, but do you have any specific topic this afternoon?
No, not really. We were just discussing carnival organization in the various villages, and we talked about the acquittal of a man for murder. So anything you want to talk about is fine.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Oh, I guess he just wanted to hear what you're talking about. All right. So let's go back to this call at 20 past the hour of 1 o'clock. Good afternoon.
Hello, Thompson.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Well, Thompson, it's sadly to hear the situation Dominica in it. March is very...
Yes, I know. I'm hearing this on Maho. My thoughts are I'm still reeling. I'm still trying to put it together.
But Matt Laplin, same thing with Matt. Matt Laplin, if you're not there, you're not in it. No. What you have, they take it from you. You should their best take it from you, so you can always beg them and go to them. Matt is also lies and lies and lies happen. Destroy. Matt, I don't know, but something going to happen in Dominica. You know. I feel in it. I see in it. Something terrible going to happen. And we all will regret, especially them labor rights. I don't want to give up on them people. Something terrible going to happen. And I feel sorry for Dominica. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, caller. We're going to be talking about that 21 past the hour of 1, but so many calls are coming in. Let's take a few of your telephone calls. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am just wondering if all the other villages have carnival as vulgar as what is going on in Roseau. I don't want to play as if I'm not seeing the traditional aspects of carnival, but I am seeing an increasing amount of nakedness and foreign kind of carnival that we never had before. So I just want to know if that is the trend that is taking place in all over the island. And I think Val wasn't talking about too much carnival, you know. I think he wanted to say too much vulgarity. Thank you.
Yeah, interesting. Now, I heard some outside broadcasts, and it seems that the countryside, some of the areas were even worse than what happened in Roseau. From what I heard on the radio, just listening to some reports from outside. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
Dr. Fountain, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, I need to add my little 2 cents. I heard about this case it was acquitted.
Yes. After spending 4 years in jail, he was sent home today. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So is it that the reasons? Is it because we don't have a residential pathologist? What is going on? Why doesn't Dominica have a residential pathologist? Why do we have to depend on someone coming out of stage? And why is it that way? Is that sending a dangerous signal that people can just kill people and get away because we don't have a residential pathologist who will be at the court at the time of the case to be cross-examined by the law? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Everything seems to be spiraling out of control in Dominica. And meanwhile, you know, I heard about the Prime Minister went to the school, the school at the north, that is the Northeast Comprehensive Secondary School, and I can understand that he was telling the children about building an international airport. I mean, we have been through that so many times. What is the international? What is that new script all about this international airport? I mean, how much do you plan to lie to our children, lie and insult their intelligence? I mean, these are young children who are aspiring to be future leaders of our country. And you know, our children are not that dumb. You just don't show up and insult their intelligence like that. It is disrespectful to lie to our children. Just blatantly come in front of them and lie to our children and make false promises to them. I mean, you can't lead the country like that. I mean, what's wrong with this man? He said it's Lent. You know, why are you just lying? He said Dominica could not afford an international airport. You know, he brought Gonzalez to convince Dominicans on his political platform to say that we could not afford, we did not need an international airport. All of a sudden, we need an international airport. Look at where the Marigot Hospital sitting closed in the area. This is the same hospital that the children, the very children he spoke to on that day, that is where the parents have to go when they get sick. That's the exact hospital where the children go if they need to go if they got sick. They don't even have a hospital. And you see the hospital closed. You said nothing about the hospital, and you're coming to insult the children. We don't want an international airport. We need the hospital. And if we're talking about basis of need, give us our darn hospital. The hospital that's there within the close proximity of the airport, that in the event there's a plane crash or a disaster or something, you know, we're so close to the airport, 5 minutes away from the airport, it is shut down. You can't do anything in our area. The roads are deplorable. You know, nothing works in our area. The parents are victimized. These are the children of the farmers who have nothing to give their children to eat because you don't do anything in agriculture. The parents cannot feed their children. They can't maintain the children. They can't buy new vehicles. They can't provide a good, decent home for the children because everything is haywire. Everything is downhill while he lives in luxury, the luxury and the wealth of the country. I mean, stop lying to our children. If you want to lie, go and lie to the adults who can cipher out and stand up to you and challenge you on your lies. But do not insult our children. Do not lie to our children. Just leave our children alone. Just leave our innocent children alone. Let them go to school. My God, something is wrong with Roosevelt Skerrit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Blessings, I think part of what the caller is alluding to is that we've heard this script before. Previously, the Prime Minister said that he had signed some agreement and that he was going to meet with the engineers and so on. But this time it was the Chinese, now it's the Americans.
Doc, it is frightening in the state in which we're in, Doc. I think maybe 2 or 3 times we have been promised, or maybe that's the 3rd time or the 4th time, we have been promised an international airport by the Prime Minister or by that Labour administration. And it is frightening to see where we are. Where the brother could come up and promise an international airport having to do not with the Chinese, which is the trend to always have the Chinese doing every major infrastructural work in Dominica. So we are asking what? And we need to go further back. It was, once upon a time, it was Libya, it was Morocco, it was Venezuela, it was the Chinese. Now Roosevelt Skerrit is embroiled in all kinds of international criminal activities. It is alleged that he's wanted by America for questioning. It is alleged that his wife was served by the IRS. You know, they must have sent the documents. A police officer, I heard, served the lady. A 360 degrees. America, we listen to Tony Astafans, Vincent Desson, Simeon Albert, Roosevelt Skerrit, you know, all of them. Pale faces, white men, imperialism, imperialist, and everything else. Now you're hearing on the heels of the U.S. have interest in Roosevelt Skerrit. A U.S. company, no names, Doc, is going to come down here to do some feasibility study.
Yes, but why couldn't he have said, well, company XYZ...
That's what he does.
...is doing this. They started on January and they will be finished, and, you know, that's what we need to hear, right?
That's what he does. I talk about projection, dissipation, and amnesia kicks in, like the name of his wife band. So guess what? A barrage of promises, and you forget the last one he made, because after the last one, he had 5 orders, so you can't even keep track of the promises.
All right, let's go back to the telephones. 28 past the hour of 1. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Dr. Fountain, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
And good afternoon to Mr. Tyrone.
Blessings,
and your listeners. You know, Dr. Fountain, I do not even know why we are talking about Carnival. I do not know why people are asking for Marigot Hospital. Dr. Fountain, we need to understand where we are. Dr. Fountain, there is no one at the helm giving Dominica leadership. There is no one who presently is concerned about Dominica's development, the advancement of the people. Now, I personally do not know where to start. But let me make this call, Dr. Fountain, please, on your program. I am calling for a Saturday program so that we can reach the ears of our students and our youth. Many of them at this time are in school, and if they are out of school, they are on the bus stops, leaving school, so they cannot hear this program. Now, the God of Dominica heard me saying to our students at the State College, 5th formers, and 4th form, right down to 1st form, and our primary school students, to join the Patriot. If the teachers won't stop, join the Patriots to call for this administration to go. And he runs to the Northeast talking foolishness, absolute garbage. You're going to convince people that they do not need development. So, Dr. Fountain, you as a doctor who is charged with administering health care, and of course, let's suppose I don't have a terminal condition, but yet still you're telling me you can do nothing. But if you cannot do nothing, step aside. This is all the more reason why this God has to step aside. Now, let me share something there, Doctor, because it's always good to use the scriptures, because we in Dominica, we are what you call a Christian nation. We know the scripture. Now, in the book of Ruth, there was a man called Elimelech, and he was in Bethlehem. Now, Bethlehem in scripture means the house of bread. And this man took his family.
Yes, caller, try to bring it in for us, because we have all the lines are going and we need to allow as many people as possible to.
Yes. But at the same time,
so bring it home to us quickly, yeah.
If I can't come to the point, it doesn't make sense. I call. And this man left the house of bread and he went to Mohawk, of course, which is a barren place. And in that place, he died, his 2 sons died, and his wife and his daughter-in-law had to return back to Bethlehem, which is the house of bread. So I'm saying that to say, I want to call on the patriots who are overseas. We have many of them. Mr. Pierre in England, Sister Paul in the States, Sister John Baptist in Jersey, Myrna Louis in New York. We have the Christian brothers in the States. We have our people in St. Martin. We have our people in...
Yes, caller, you can make the point more cryptic. Make it, and because we have all the lines are going, we don't have a lot of time. There are other people who want to weigh in.
Let the other callers call in.
All right. Thanks, caller. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
I want to remind Roosevelt Skerritt that when he says we'll be building an airport somewhere in the Northeast, I want to remind him that the United Workers' Party has already purchased the land to the tune of $18 million, and I don't think there's anywhere else to build an airport, because he's just trying to denigrate and trying to get away from the fact that the land was bought and the airport is waiting to be built. It don't have no other place. There's no other place to look at and whatever. That's the place. Land bought. Look at that area and continue if you're really serious about building an airport. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, caller, for making the point and making it. That's what I would like our callers to do. Make the point and be nice, because there are a lot of people that are trying to call in. Good afternoon. Caller, go ahead, please. You're listening to your computer. Go ahead, please. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Do your local investigation of the fellow they let go there, and then come and tell the nation after what happening. And see where the family voting, and then you come back and tell the world.
Well, I can only go based on what the reports are saying, eh?
The report is good, but I tell you, do your investigation to know where you're coming from. Where is this background of the red apple?
All right, caller, got you. Good afternoon, caller. More of telephone calls. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Now, the amount of money Skerritt has collected from the CBI, the millions and hundreds of millions, he could have built how many airports already? Cash. Now, I'd hope these people like these white imperialists like European Union and America don't take the hard-earned taxpayers' money and give Roosevelt Skerritt grants to build airports. Because what Skerritt is doing now is taking the CBI money and he's campaigning. He's going on the rural areas and giving people money. He's campaigning. You all said that the Susan Oldie money, they took it and campaigned the Labour Party. But right now, Skerritt is taking millions of dollars in the CBI money and he's campaigning. He's building toilets for people, giving people jobs, NEP, and all kind of stuff. So you all must be careful. This man is campaigning for money, and then he's hoping that European Union and America will give us a free airport. So I hope these people don't allow Skerritt to fool them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Let's take a few more of the telephone calls. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Thompson. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, Thompson, personally, I'm not entirely interested in anything that Roosevelt Skerritt wants to do in Dominica right now. He hasn't done it for 17 years, and he'll never be able to do it anymore. All I'm interested in right now is for Roosevelt Skerritt to get the hell out of office, and that's all I'm interested in, nothing more than that.
All right, thank you, caller. More of the telephone calls. Good afternoon.
Good day, Mr. Doctor and Mr. Blessings, Professor.
Blessings to you.
Also, I call you a philosopher. We need some of that in this country. I really like to talk about the social issues that affect in our country, our communities, but I rather convey my thoughts to anti the airport. Imagine we surrounded by water. We have some boat from Guadeloupe coming and rescue us sometimes. See the amount of people that came in for the festival. We have a CARICOM passport. Before that, in the 70s, we had 2 boats serving the Caribbean. You see every day tourist ship coming to our country, and Caribbean peoples cannot get to the different islands where they have their families. Now you cannot even carry everything on airplane. Now you could carry these things on a boat. I try to understand with my mind with the Caribbean leaders what's really going on. They talk about tourism, but this thing would enhance our own tourism. Trinidadian, Jamaica, whoever it is from the Caribbean. This is just so stupid. in this time that we have a CARICOM passport. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, caller, I understand your frustration, and the point that has been made there, Blessings, is that you really could look at water transportation, sea transportation, and having a boat, and the point is made. There used to be 2 boats, cargo boats, not cargo but passenger boats going up and down the line.
I think there's still that those ferries moving up and down, but it may be insufficient, having to do with the region is a fairly wide area. It's from Guadeloupe, Matic, and maybe St. Lucia, but maybe further afield. That would be a very good idea to explore. But Doc, I wanted to say something, in relation to that airport. And it is very sad. I take note of the brother that was, the matter was acquitted, or he was acquitted. But Doc Skerritt seems to be the original gloater. A perfect... He loved to see people suffer. He loved to see people on their knees, gloating and groveling. And begging and pleading. Doc, if you watch the sequence of events in that particular matter, as I said, that Skerritt is the U.S. have interest in Skerritt based on the Montfarred and breaking, violating the sanctions and all of that. Doc, all of a sudden, here in a U.S. company is coming to do some feasibility study. That is one. But the next thing is Skerritt is talking about April 21. Could it be that brother is criminally malicious, my brother? Could it that he could be criminally insane or criminally mischievous? Remove the 2 and then you get the 1 there. Instead of 21, you just have 1, and we have the traditional thing, April 1st is All Fool's Day. So could it be that brother is going and laughing and saying, but look at me, because he is not a normal person, mentally speaking. And he creates a reality where he have gotten away with so much. So what if the brother, because it is rumored that the brother had a psychiatrist treating him in Dominica. It is alleged that now he's going overseas for his treatment. So if that is true, let us say Roosevelt Skerritt is in the state of mind to come there and say, and he's very impulsive, Doc. So it's a spontaneous thing. If you're acting on impulse, there is nothing about any calculation or planning or nothing like that. So he comes and he say, you're the first persons I telling that a national event like that. You're going in a school and telling them.
Well, I put the date in my calendar, so I'm waiting.
Yeah, but remember, happens. Several dates are in the calendar which did not materialize. And nobody's holding him to account.
Yes.
So he can come again and just go there impulsive again. He has a sudden urge to just tell a lie.
Yes,
and
indeed.
He's going to get away with it again.
Indeed. 22 before 2. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Thompson, and good afternoon, Blessings.
Blessings, sir.
Yeah, I just posted Blessed Parrots on Facebook so that people could see his work. I got it about 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe about 10 years ago, I got Blessing Parrot. It's prominent up here.
Thanks.
Okay, let me say, Dr. Thompson, I mean, a lot of effort was put in to get the airport project where it was. When the United Works Party decided to go and undertake a project very early in our term, we had an evaluation of all these sites in Dominica. And the team discovered that site where we have proposed. Because coming from the Cabritz, between Cabritz and Municipal, you come straight across Dominica with no obstacle. And they say that would be one of the best airports in the Caribbean because the pilots have to come between the 2 mountains and they're right on the runway. We did all the geological work, all the technical work. We did all the work to prepare to purchase the land, not only for the airport, but for surrounding areas for development. We moved the St. Andrews School because St. Andrews School was in the path of the airport. We bought the land and we built the St. Andrews School as part of the airport project. And all that money that was approved by the CARICOM was negotiated. We had to prove first that we need the airport, and then they gave us some $50 million. The Taiwanese gave us some $50 million. We spoke with the Cubans, and they were willing to help us in moving earth. The Japanese were willing to help us with navigation and all that. So, I mean, a lot of work has been done for that airport. And to see 17 years has passed, the government disregarded the need for the airport. And the Prime Minister come in like a big joke going to St. Andrews and telling people you're going to build an airport by April. I mean, it really hurt me because, I mean, we had long hours nights and nights after night getting that project going. And to see a man that's making it a big joke for Dominicans, and I mean, it's really, really hurtful. And, you know, it's really hurtful for all the people that put many, many hours in getting that project to where it was. So Dominicans must understand that if they really want the country to develop, we can't eat our way to development. We have to work, create and work our way to development. And this government has taken away all the opportunity for work and creativity in Dominica. And all they're doing is passing around, sharing the assets of Dominica, because the passport is part of the assets of Dominica. They're selling the assets and they're sharing the bread around, hoping that they can win election every year. Thank you. Good afternoon, Dr. Thompson. It's a really short program, and I have a lot more to say, but I will get an opportunity to share my views with the Duncan people.
Thank you very much. And in case you're wondering, this is a former minister in the United Workers' Party government that was just talking to us there, Minister Carbon, talking about the work that was done by the United Workers' Party in developing the airport. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my listening people. Desperate people do desperate things, and Roosevelt Skerrit should be ashamed to go up the Northeast School to say he is addressing the children, the very same children that on numerous occasions the principal that was at the time sent letters to him, addressed the situation at the school, and it was neglected. Up to now, the school is not completed. Since he opened his mouth to start to talk, all the children should just start to say boo. And on another note, if he believes that Roosevelt Skerrit, that is what his teeth and his tongue in his mouth is for, one of those days when he gets up and starts to tell a lie, his tongue will refuse to let him tell another lie with it, and it will just stop in his mouth. Let him do ask himself a question. Let him continue to listen. Thank you very much.
That is already happening, caller.
Thank you, caller.
That is already happening.
More of the telephone calls. 18 before 2. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah. I believe the Prime Minister had an excellent opportunity when he addressed the students to give them an update on the Marigot Hospital, to give them an update on the seawater that continues to destroy our vehicles. I was at the airport this morning, and water is like a lake on the road. Salt water destroying people's vehicles, and he do nothing about it. But he should also tell the students that he believed now it was a mistake. It was a lack of vision for him to, just under 5 years ago, spend over $200 million at Menvin Hall and rename it after 2 dead men. Look, presently as I speak to you, Dr. Fontaine, Gallican has a $50 million contract doing mitigation works there, trying to prevent the river from coming on the airport again. Lack of vision. So who is going to pay back for those millions Roosevelt Skerrit continue to waste? Critical resources that can be put in other places to generate economic growth. This man continue to pump millions at Menvin Hall, and then he comes and he talks his foolishness about building an international.
So, caller, you mean you have not seen the guys around in office doing their surveys and so?
Not at all. I remember a couple of years ago a busload of Chinese. They came to Wesley, they stopped at Eden Road, they walked through the lands by Mr. Armour, they went to Woodford Hill, they go inside a palm tree, they came close to my home, about 50 feet from my home, and so on they talk about airport. I see 1 or 2 laborites in Woodford Hill with them, very excited. And then the election come about 10 months after that, and the project dead, nothing again. Look, he comes at the St. Andrews High School and talk his nonsense. There should be something in place for when individuals in government waste these resources of the state like that. They have to pay it back. I tell you, it's a nightmare if you go to Menvin Hall to see how Roosevelt Skerrit tried to extend the runway into the Atlantic Ocean and destroying people's vehicles. In the Parliament of Dominica, he approved some $4 million to do the mitigation. Look, we're knocking on the doors of another parliament, or another budget, and not a stroke has been done to save our vehicles. I mean, this is criminal.
Yeah, caller, I remember clearly when the former Minister of Works, Mr. Pinard, indicated that they had the money and they were going to start in a few days. What really happened to that? That was in Parliament. He reported that in Parliament.
And the sad thing about it, I don't know if they're waiting on a contractor to finish a project to start it. There are dozens of contractors across this country that hungry for work, prepared to work, that can mobilize within 15, 20 days and get a team in place. And they're waiting for guys to come to do work that, look, Public Works is on its knees. You send home dozens of young men and women from Public Works, and you have work all over. That is criminal.
Thank you.
It's sad, man. It's sad. Thank you very much.
Very sad. Thank you very much, caller. Let's take a couple more of the calls, then we'll get blessings to Wayne. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Doc. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
And how is blessings?
Blessings, sir. Good.
I think blessings, you should have a permanent thing with Matt in the morning, you know.
I need my own program. I need sponsors to have my own program.
You have so much to say, and it's so
Yes,
pertinent, the things that you talk about, you know. It's very important.
Thanks.
Hey, but I hear all this talk about this airport. Why are we talking about airport? Scary not going to be there long enough to build no airport, you know. I don't see why you're worried about airport. I mean, this is just talk. What I believe he's trying to do, having followed this man and understanding his head, trying to understand his head. All he's trying to do is just pass the blame on America. What you see, the American bank is the American bank that's stopping money from coming. How are you going to build the airport and you haven't got no money coming from CBI anymore? The American bank is the one that's stopping the money from coming in. So you're going to get Americans to come and say you're going to get Americans to do, and the money is supposed to come and America stop it. So you want to blame America for that. But we are not going to worry about those type of things. All the every project you have in place, as long as they are good projects and there's money allocated for that, when he's out, those projects will be continued. We are not going to worry about that. If you want to start that thing about the airport, okay, if it's good, then obviously the party coming on after we get rid of him, we'll just continue these projects. Because hopefully the money is there. You know, so we are going to worry about airport and all this nonsense Kerry talking about. What we have to be concerned about is getting him out of here. And that is what we should focus on. Don't waste our time on this. Anyway, have a nice day, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, caller. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Are you home for the festivities? Are you a member of the Marigot Cooperative Credit Union, MCCU? Have you not transacted for at least 1 year? Are you doing business without updating your account? Then we are calling all to visit our head office or any of our branch offices in Wesley, Woodford Hill, Calabishi, and update your account. Save regularly and keep your account updated and active to take advantage of our many services, including membership and business loans, ATM and point of sale services, family indemnity plan, the Easy Cash member payday advance, property and vehicle loans, and so much more. The MCCU, a beacon of hope serving the Northeast. Call us at 445-7166, 445-7177, 445-7835, or visit www.marigotcreditunion.com. Don't forget, come on down today and update your account if you're visiting for the festivities. MCCU, a beacon of hope serving the Northeast. The Marigot Development Corporation presents Marigot Reunion 2017. Reunion number 2, Making Marigot Great Again, alongside Mayfest 10 2017 celebrations. Friday, April 21st to Monday, May 1st, 2017. Under the theme, Making Marigot Great Again. Come to weekend number 1 from Friday, April 21st, 2017. The official opening and second reunion declaration ceremony. Then, Saturday, 22nd April 2017, be a part of the Miss Reunion and Mayfest 10 Queen Pageant. Then, Sunday, April 23rd, 2017, be a part of the International Gospel Revival and Ministry Night, featuring Evangelist Bridget Gotcha, Marlon Anderson, and Second Chance. Marigot Reunion 2017. You don't want to miss it. Be there. Come, let's make Marigot great again. This ad is supported by Q95 FM Radio and the Country Style Bread.
experience with Manchester United. Calling all footballers ages 13 to 16 and coaches. This could be your dream come true. Test your skills and represent your country at our finals in Trinidad. And it gets even better. You can win a once-in-a-lifetime VIP trip to watch Manchester United at Old Trafford. Your journey starts here. For more details, visit discoverflow.co/Man United.
Play fast, play loud, play bold. Enjoy flexibility and best value from Digicel Play's new TV and broadband bundles from as low as $89. With Play Fast, enjoy 32 video channels. Play Loud gives you 46 video channels. And just Play Bold, 98 video channels. All bundles come with 50 music channels, 8 radio channels, and 8 megs internet. Choose the bundle that's right for you. Sign up today. Get free connection, free installation and setup box, or sign up for our TV only offer from as low as $25. Call 616-1700 for details.
Super special. Get to know dental from Sapolio toothpaste and mouthwash promotion. Selected dental toothpaste at $1.95, $2.95, and $3.50. Or mouthwash as low as $2.95 for a limited time only. Buy one size, get one of the same size free. Yes, you heard right. It is a buy one, get one free promotion. Visit Esau Trading Limited today and save.
Welcome back. It is 8 before the hour of 2 o'clock. And we've just been joined in studio there by the man from the Valley, yes, Ronald Charles. And we've an announcement for us, Ronald.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Fountain, and Blessings is in the house. And sometimes when you close to this powerful man, you feel a sense of belonging, man. Because sometimes you hear him on the radio and you're wondering, but then when you're close, that is when you feel the vibes. Good afternoon to Blessings and all the listeners and all your listeners, Dr. Fountain. Just a quick announcement that I have. The town hall education, we call it, continues, and we will be now going to Mont Prosper. Mont Prosper, the town hall meeting will be held in Mont Prosper on the 12th of March, which is Sunday coming, from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're asking all the persons and residents from the Mont Prosper area, including the labor rights, including UWP, including every single body, especially young people, to come to this meeting. We will have some dynamic speakers in the house. We'll be looking at the whole issue of employment. We'll be looking at the issue of the CBI program. We'll be looking at also all the issues that we're confronted with. And so we're asking everybody to turn up in large numbers. Let us have a discussion, because education is important. With all the issues that we have been confronted with, and with all the issues that are now hitting us in our face, it is very important that that all Dominicans are educated as to the way forward, as to what we are confronted with. Because, you know, one side of the story is not always the best way forward. I think we should be getting a broad a broad insight as to what the issues are and how can we deal with it. Because you see, Dominica is ours to build. Dominica is ours not just for those who are alive today, but for the generations to come. And when we are going through when they will be going through the history books, we want them to be proud of us as Dominicans who fought for truth, who fought for honesty, who fought for their own livelihood. And in the circumstances, we'll be continuing. After Mont Prosper, we'll be moving to Cochrane, and the entire valley will be going, and the dates and so forth will be announced as the time goes by. So, Dr. Fountain, thank you so much for the opportunity. Mont Prosper on the 12th, Sunday the 12th. We're asking everybody and the environs to visit too. You know, Coptall, Wharton Waven, if you want to come and listen to the discussion, we ask you to come up there. And Dr. Fountain, I expect to see you there.
I will be there.
May I see you there?
Yes.
Okay, that will be nice.
I will be there for sure.
So it's a town hall, it's a discussion. You know, it's not no confrontation, it's a discussion where we will be talking to the people of the Roseau Valley and Dominica by extension to ensure that persons are well advised as to the whole CBI program, employment, sports, education, and moving forward, as I said, as a community, because presently our division is multiplying in the communities, and therefore we must bring a stop to it. Labor rights alongside UWP rights, alongside PAPI rights, must learn to work together so that the community and Dominica benefit as a whole. So see you soon, Dr. Fontaine.
Excellent.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. We have only 5 minutes, so let's go very quickly to the telephones and take a couple more calls quickly as possible. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fontaine, and good afternoon, the same Ronald Charles. Great job, sir. And good afternoon to the prophetic mighty blessing.
Blessings to you, Ralph, and blessings to the family.
I love you, my brother. You are so crazy.
Thank you.
You just don't know. Dr. Fontaine, I call to say to Dominicans, in this world we are living, why do they accept the lies and continue to be receptive to the lies? This inveterate liar, Roosevelt Maynard Skerritt, continues to tell the people of Dominica. Why? And my other question, sir, to you, is there any groundwork being done now, seeing the level of vulnerability that the Labour Party has brought on themselves? They are not a party that is building the country. It is a party of self-interest. Dr. Fontaine, there is a lot that's going to come out. The Panama Papers, money, millions of dollars being fleeced. When are our people, especially those in the Labour Party bastion, Portsmouth and Grand Bay and these areas, what is it that enticed the people to believe lies upon lies upon lies while they are left Cranana? Grand Bay in particular, I just don't get it. The people of Grand Bay has gotten nothing from Roosevelt Skerritt. They continue to support the corruption while they get absolutely nothing. Grand Bay people, what have you done to Skerritt that he got you in his pocket and he can do whatever he wants? Dominicans, if you miss the boat this time, I will be sorry for you, because the whole world is going to come down on Skerritt pretty soon. Skerritt and his immediate family, his extended family, they all have enriched themselves. They are super wealthy, while the Dominica is getting, or Dominicans are getting poorer and poorer. Thank you, Dr. Fontaine. I sure appreciate what you're doing. And blessing, you know we've got you with high esteem, my brother.
Thank you. Marilyn, blessings to you.
Thank you very much. And just yesterday I met a young man from Grand Bay, and he told me, you guys bring the evidence. I want to see the evidence. I just shook my hand and walked away. Could not believe it. Good afternoon. Let's take, this might be our final call. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Fontaine.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, blessings.
Blessings, sir.
Hey, Dr. Fontaine, I still owe you that bottle of water, you know.
Indeed.
Well, Dr. Fontaine, I'm trying blessings. I figure I'm wondering, why did Skerritt not choose a preschool in Wesley? Because what went down there, what he said, did not go down in the people's, in the people's head. If he had chosen a preschool, he thought it would have been better for him, you know. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's take one more. We have a minute. Good afternoon.
Mr. Fontaine, blessings.
Blessings, sir.
Did you see the PDF file on the complaints against Mr. Ash, the details in there?
Yes, I did.
When you read those details, is there any doubt in your mind that Roosevelt Skerritt is being investigated and he'll soon be implicated?
Absolutely none.
Good afternoon.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And blessings, we have just about half a minute. Thank you for dropping in this afternoon.
You're most welcome, and thanks a lot, Doc, for having me. Doc, I just want to tell Dominicans, my brother, it is sad. What we are faced with, Doc, is a high level of illiteracy, a high level of preoccupation with trying to make ends meet, the day-to-day survival. A lot of people are busy, not being able to do any research to come to the conclusion that you and many others have came to, Doc. And it is sad. The functional literate is worse than the illiterate. The functional illiterate is worse than an illiterate. And there's a lot of them in Dominica. They just get their cut, they get the crumbs or whatever, and to hell with the country. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, like what Ronald is doing, what the opposition is doing, going like Salisbury and everywhere else, trying to enlighten the people, the one-to-one interaction, Doc, because there's a lot of that. A lot of them have brainwashed. Do not listen to Q95, and you know. But if they could, and I'm glad you gave a a website the other day having to do with
Rip-off report.
You know, so you must do that more often. The websites where you get all the information, keep showing it. Hector's back, John is good only thing, you know, everybody on the computer these days. Send it to school children, send it to everybody. Let them share it with one another to see what we are up against in Dominica. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm there with you all. I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down at all.
And thank you very much for these blessings. And thank you to our many listeners, to all those of you who called this afternoon. Let me thank you for this, and thank you for being with us and Talk on the Block. Enjoy your weekend. Stay tuned for the Digicel Hour. We'll be back on the radio on Sunday from 10 to 2. It's a program you do not want to miss. Join me for Lifeline on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and, of course, at 4 p.m. at Mont Prosper. God bless you. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.